It's been a minute. I haven't made any videos lately. I had intentions of returning to work from the winter break and have a great list of content to create for you, but I haven't done any of it. It's been kind of crazy in our lives, and I am going to finally kind of catch up and we'll go from there. So I went back to work the first week of January, so January 5th. And at that point, we had kind of made a decision that Richard was going to have surgery to ease the pain that he has in his ankle. We play a lot of tennis and it hurts him immensely to play, and afterwards he can't move very well, and it's impacted our lives. It's impacted traveling and sightseeing, and we don't hike anymore. And so with us moving to Scottsdale, we have an opportunity to either get it fixed now or wait till we get there and do it then. And he was vacillating. He kind of wanted to put it off, but um, I sort of talked him into it. I said, I want us to get to Scottsdale and I want you to be 100%. We have so many opportunities to play tennis there. There's such an active lifestyle that I want you to be 100% when we do arrive. And, he thought about it and he came to that realization that that would be his preference as well. So we went ahead and scheduled surgery. The soonest he could get it done was like the last week of January. So we got it on the books. Bone fusion surgery, what they did was they took a piece of bone from his leg and they actually put it between the two bones that they want to grow together. It is a fusion. And then they put screws in there. I have pictures. I'll throw them up on here for you so you can see it. Um, but it's pretty gnarly. And he's going to be on crutches for probably about 6 weeks. He's in a wrapped bandage now. Then he'll go to a cast, and then that will come off. And he cannot put any weight on his leg whatsoever. So we're, knowing this is coming, I'm thinking about our house and the fact that we have a 2-story house, our bedrooms upstairs, the kitchen, the family room, everything downstairs. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. How are we going to do this? So, all that being said, we are just living our lives. We've got this surgery on our calendar, and then all of a sudden, we get a big opportunity to pivot. And so, here's what happened. We have our house listed here in Dana Point on Airbnb. We went to Scottsdale during the summer this past year while I was off because I get summers off as a teacher. And while we were gone, I was like, let's throw it up there. Let's see what happens. Perhaps, someone will want to rent it. And it was a good opportunity since that's what we're thinking about doing once we move to see just the viability, what kind of people want to rent the house, what are their needs, what are they willing to pay, that all the good stuff. So when we went to Scottsdale in the summer, we were able to rent our house out, and it was great. We enjoyed the opportunity to be there in the summer to see, like, okay, this is how bad it gets, or if you want to call it bad, like, this is how hot it gets. Can we stand it? And we had a great time. We loved being there. We were there July and part of August, and it was great. We just adjusted our schedules. That's what people do. We get up early, we go outside early, have breakfast outside, have coffee outside, check email. And then, once it started warming up around 9 or 10 a.m., we'd come inside and work from the inside. And then we had a pool at the house we rented. It was an Airbnb as well. And we'd spend every evening outdoors once the sun went down. We loved it. So it was great. But here in Dana Point, California, people want to be here during the summer. They're either escaping hot temperatures where they live, or they want to visit the beach, or they have family. So it's a great place to be during the summertime for them. So again, we have our house on Airbnb for that reason. And again, that's what we plan to do with it once we move. And then also we'll be able to come back and forth, go back and forth between Scottsdale and Dana Point ourselves, with the house being furnished and being there. So on January 8th, so it's like the Thursday I went back to work, we get a message through Airbnb that there's a family that wants to rent our house in Dana Point for 90 days. And we'd had a few people reach out, and I'm like, yeah, we're not looking to rent it right now. But thanks for inquiring. It'll be available later. So I probably should have set the calendar to show it not being available, but quite honestly, I was a little selfish and just wanted to see how many people would reach out. So I left it open and available. And I kept the pricing at summertime pricing, which is the highest pricing. So anyway, this couple reaches out. They have a house nearby that has had some piping issues, and they say, we have a little family of four. We have two, elementary age school children. Our house is a disaster. We need to get out of there for 90 days. We would like to have your house, and we want it. Okay, here's the kicker. It was a Thursday morning, and they wanted to move in on Saturday. So I was like, okay, that won't happen. We can't do that. There's no way, because we're living in the house. We have all of our personal items in the house, all of our like my closet, the everything, all of our personal items are there because we live there, and it's just Richard and I. But still, we had a we have a lot. We have a lot of stuff. So I was like, yeah, we definitely can't do that, and I was like, that's not even going to be possible. I was like, but maybe we could consider it, as far as you guys moving in the following Saturday. So they wanted it that Saturday. It was Thursday. And I explained our situation and said, we can't do it this Saturday, but we could do it maybe next Saturday. Now, I hadn't even talked to Richard about this yet. So um, I wasn't even sure if they were going to be willing to do that, to delay it for a week. And she's, the inquirer was like, we really want something now. I'll look and see what else is around, but that may be our best bet. And I was like, well, I would need to know by Friday evening if you could tell me, because if that's the case, we need all weekend long to make this happen. So we're at dinner on Friday night, and Richard had agreed to it. Um, my thought process was this: you're going to have surgery. We have a 2-story house. If we could find a temporary situation for us, just the two of us, instead of a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house with stairs, if we could find something smaller that's all in level for you during your recovery, that might not be a bad thing. That might be really good, actually. And so he's like, sure. And the weekend that they were looking to move in was the weekend of the Martin Luther King holiday. So I was like, look, we can unload the house, and we don't have to necessarily put things in storage. We could quite honestly put everything in a truck and go ahead and drive it to Scottsdale. Like, get rid of it, no more stuff, and we, just go ahead and rip this band-aid off. Let's get stuff to Scottsdale that we know we don't want to leave behind. Let's make half the move. We can't take everything because we still need our stuff here for the rest of the time that we're here. We're going to be here until I finish work, which is the first week of June. And so, but we can move a lot. We can get rid of a lot of the stuff that's in our house right now that we don't want to leave behind when we do go to Scottsdale. So, we talked about it. We made this decision. We found a place. We found a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo right next to our tennis center here in Dana Point. And it's all one level for him. And so I'm like, okay, we can make this work. And it made it worthwhile for us because the cost difference between a single family home with that many bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage, as opposed to a 2-2 condo, it's big. And so money wise, it was worth the work, but it was work we were going to have to do anyway. This is all work that we don't have to do right when we get ready to move. So we did it. We were able to rent a truck. We filled it up. We told the people renting our house that they would have one bay of the garage, but we would need the other bay for storage because we couldn't get everything in the moving truck that we had. I didn't want to do a box truck. I'll show you a picture of what we did. Um, but we were able to get everything out. We were able to get things in storage in Scottsdale that we would definitely want to take with us. And, we were able to do it before Richard's surgery, which is really good because even when we get ready to go in June, he may not be 100% still. We don't really know, um, because it is a long recovery. But now we've done that. We've cleared so much out of the house, and we've got the one piece of furniture that we want to take with us, which is great. We got the reformer out and got it to Scottsdale. So that's what we did this last month. And again, I wanted to have videos of different things around here and share that with you, but we've been a little busy. So since the holidays, we have, you know, taken a load to Scottsdale. We got to go during the Barrett Jackson auction, which was really fun. We had some friends that made that happen for us. We were able to go to the gala. We enjoyed being there in the sunshine and by the pool at the hotel. We, got our storage unit. It's big enough that we can take a whole nother load. We plan to do the last load on Memorial Day weekend. So we'll get everything else out of the house then. And, it's progress. It feels good. It feels really good. And, he's hopping around this condo really well. And that's what we're up to. So I will share more as it develops, but our move is underway. We've already done half of the work at least, which feels really good. And he's already a week and change into his recovery, which is also amazing. So that's it. That's an update on what we're up to, and we are getting closer. Um, Half our stuff is there already. The other half is in our garage, and then we have what we have with us right now. And so there we go. This is happening. We are making it happen, and it's exciting. We're looking forward to the next step.